Transformers number 17. Went to the comic shop today. Got a whole stack of stuff, whole bunch of stuff. There's those Batmans that I was mentioning to you that I said I was going to grab. All right, Transformers number 17. Let's talk about it. Now, I'm not going to use the comic to talk about it. I just want to show you that I went to the comic shop to support my LCS because we are going to talk about it using a digital copy that I can share on the screen with you. So let's talk about the storyline here. I'm going to give the storyline a 1.5. Why is it not a 2? Well, I still really enjoy this comic. I think what's going on, though, is that there's been too many focuses going on. I feel like this comic needs to pick one thing and then maybe change it to the other story. So there's multiple subplots happening at the same time. And I'm starting to lose track a little bit. Like, I really enjoyed what's depicted on this cover. Thundercracker's one of my favorites. He's always been a very, I want to say important character. He's always been a very interesting character. He has a lot of depth to him, depending on what iteration of Transformers you're talking about. He's had a lot of different kind of personalities, and I enjoy what they're doing here. He's looking out for his friend, his brother, basically Skywarp, and he's trying to figure out a way how to disconnect Skywarp from the computers here. And I love this section. I wish this was half the book because it's absolutely great. You then continue on with the other subplot, which I'm really enjoying tremendously, is this RC and Beachcomber teaming up with Carly and Spike. They're looking for Ultra Magnus, who's another one of my favorites. And Beachcomber has gone way the hell up. I do have a Beachcomber figure, and he has gone way up because of this series. The other stories here with Elita, she's just being all mean, or she's just being all pissed off with Cliffjumper. This is okay. They're trying to get more Autobots to join. And then we're cutting back to Optimus Prime and his guys doing stuff. So it's like you're almost getting like 4 plots at the same time. I wish it would just be 2 and really do more with them and progress the story and then do the other 2. But I'm still giving it a 1.5 because I'm still really enjoying the stories anyway. I just wish you'd get more of them, because the problem is that by the time the next one comes out, I've totally forgotten where everybody is. The only thing I remember is the Beachcomber looking for Ultra Magnus. But Thundercracker is great. I absolutely love the stuff they're doing with him. For the pacing, I'm going to give it a 1.5 as well. There really wasn't much action in this at all. And if there's not going to be action, I'd rather they really delve deeper into the story and move that along. And that didn't happen either. So that also affects the pacing. I'm not bored. I'm giving it a 1.5 out of 2, which means it's definitely above average on the pacing scale. Definitely exciting to read this comic, but it's missing that extra bit of, either fighting or action or something. So that's why you're getting your 1.5. The art will also get a 1.5, only because I actually like the art here. I'm nitpicking on it a little bit, only because sometimes I feel like I don't exactly can tell what the hell's going on, just in some panels. And I mean, I would give it a 1.8 or something if I was doing it that way, but I don't really grade that way. I don't want to go anything less than 0.5s. So I'm going to stick with 1.5. I do really like the art. It's awesome, but sometimes I can't tell what's going on. And that's maybe just because of the design of the Transformers themselves. But speaking of the Transformers, in the characters section, I'm definitely giving it a full score of 2 out of 2. The characters are keeping me on here. I love everybody in this book. Ultimately, I always refer to the characters. If I like a character in the story and pacing is a little bit slow or the story's not as interesting, I'll usually stick with them, just like Superman, Batman. Wonder Woman, I did cancel this recent Tom King series because I don't know, I can't do it. Perhaps when Tom King leaves, I will come back to that one. So usually if I like the characters, I will stick it out through mediocre storylines. But here, I love the characters and the storyline is great too. So especially Thundercracker, who I've always liked, and they're giving him great treatment here, and Beachcomber, who I always thought was just a lame character and I didn't care about him at all. They've really leveled him up, and also to an extent they've leveled up Cliffjumper. RC is very good here as well. Optimus Prime, of course, is amazing. Elita, who is one of my favorites. I have the most Elita figures out of all of these action figures. I wish they would do a little bit better by her, but I still like her. But I'm starting to lose a little bit for her. But there looks like they're bringing her back and making her more heroic or whatever. The enjoyment factor is a 1.5. I still really enjoy Transformers, the comic. I think this comic is really worth your time. It's definitely one of the top best comics that are out there right now in the big, well, I'm going to say big two, but this isn't one of the big two. Let's say of the bigger players out there, not counting independent comics, because I do think there's some that are really good too. Yeah, I like this comic. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Very solid. It's definitely a must buy. You should be reading Transformers, and if you're not, make sure you correct that because it's really good. And pay no attention to all my cool Transformer stuff. There's original G1 Ultra Magnus. He's awesome. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.